Are you tired of spending hours editing your YouTube videos? I was too. And these are the simplest little changes I implemented that literally cut my editing time in half, where now I get my videos edited in about 30 minutes or less, where it used to take me literally half a day. The first really big tip I can give to you is to know beforehand what your video is going to look like. Whether your video is a sit-down advice video or a sit-down Q&A video, some kind of a tutorial or walkthrough, some kind of a try-on haul or lookbook. Obviously, not all types of videos on YouTube can be edited the same way as a sit-down video can, but you do want to have some kind of concept in mind before you actually sit down to edit of exactly what your video is going to look like when it's finished. Otherwise, what you're doing is improv editing and basically going at it as you go along rather than going into it with a plan of action. One thing I cannot stress enough is the importance of creating an editing routine, and this is what really kickstarted things for me when it came to considerably cutting down the time I was spending on editing. This is gonna sound so stupid, but when you have a very specific way of editing your videos, your brain sort of goes about it on autopilot. And that is when you're going to see the biggest difference in how fast you're then able to edit your videos. Just think of any other routine you have in your day-to-day life, whether that is your morning routine, how you go about setting yourself up when you first get into the office in the morning, even the routine of how you go about your grocery shopping. You start to get those things done so much faster because your brain is going about some kind of routine on autopilot. And it's the exact same thing when it comes to editing your videos. Before I even sit down and open up my laptop, I know that as soon as I begin editing, I'm going to import in all my clips. I'm going to then organize all of my clips on the timeline. Then I'm going to color correct and audio correct the entire video. Then go about doing a rough cut to cut out all the unnecessary stuff and shorten down my clips. Then I'm going to add in all of my overlays, all my text and transitions, finally add in all the music, and then export. Obviously, depending on what kind of videos you make on your channel, your editing routine may look completely different to mine, but regardless of what kind of video it is you are editing, having a very specific editing routine that you fall into every time you edit a video, that is going to save you so much time. Another thing I learned so late into my journey, literally 2 years after I first started my channel, is to edit your videos in stages. Like I said before, I have a whole editing routine in mind of importing clips, organizing my clips, editing my audio and color correcting, doing a rough cut, and all that sort of jazz. And you would not believe the amount of time I was wasting editing clip by clip by clip until I finally learned to do everything in stages. Rather than taking one clip at a time and color correcting and audio correcting, then adding the visuals, adding overlays and text and music clip by clip by clip, that is when I then learned to color correct and audio correct the entire video, then do my rough cut on the entire video all in one shot, then go back to the beginning, add the overlays where it's needed throughout the entire video, then go back to the beginning again and add my titles and transitions after every single clip where they're needed, and then go back to the beginning again and add the music underneath the video where it's needed. Especially when you can take one clip you've already edited, copy all those edits and changes, and paste them on every other clip you need all in one shot. Hopefully I just sound totally stupid saying that and nobody else is making that mistake I made for the longest time, but if you are struggling with that, that is what changed everything for me. Also, since I've mentioned rough cutting literally 4 times in this video, learn your keyboard shortcuts. Whether you are editing on a Mac or a PC, whether you edit in Final Cut Pro, iMovie, Premiere Pro, iMovie, whatever, guaranteed your editing software has a number of keyboard shortcuts that are going to make your process so much easier. For my process personally, I use keyboard shortcuts to shorten clips much faster, to be able to copy paste effects from one clip onto another faster, duplicating my overlays, duplicating my audio files or music, and so many other things. You might think that just using a bunch of random key combinations really couldn't make that big a difference or save you that much time, but I promise you, once you learn the keyboard shortcuts to your editing software, you're going to completely and totally forget how you ever edited videos before using those shortcuts. Presets, templates, the works are going to massively save you time. If I'm completely and totally honest with myself, I'm pretty sure that color correcting my videos literally used to take me between 30 and 45 minutes every single time. Then I learned that inside of Final Cut Pro, you can basically put all of your color corrections on one clip, then save all those color corrections and edits as a saved preset, so that every other time after that you're editing a clip or a video or a project as a whole, all you have to do is drag and drop the preset into your clip, and it's automatically going to put all those color corrections that used to take you like a half an hour onto your video in literally 5 seconds. I did the exact same thing with my audio editing. I used to have to add like 2 different audio filters, then adjust the noise reduction, work with the denoising and all that stuff. Then again, I learned that inside of Final Cut Pro, I can basically put all those audio edits onto one clip, save it as a preset. Then all I have to do for every video after that I edit is drag and drop the template into my new clips, and the effects are automatically put on that new clip. I have purchased so many text and title and transition packs from like Pixel Film Studios and so many other related platforms, so that all of that transition and text and title editing is done for me. All I have to do is just input the text that is relevant to that clip or video. I'm pretty sure regardless of which software you're editing in or what device you're editing on, pretty sure every editing software has their version of presets or templates or that sort of thing. So do yourself a favor, take the 2 to 5 minutes it takes to look up a tutorial on YouTube for your editing software, because I promise you presets and templates and all those pre-saved things are going to change the game. Another little learn from my own mistakes, keep folders for all of your add-ons. Whether that is your intro, your outro, your music, your overlays, whatever else you use in your videos. It used to take me so much time when I was editing to go through all my different folders and files on my computer, find this overlay, find that music track, whatever it was I wanted to use. Then I literally took about half an hour to go through all the files on my computer, organize all of my overlays together, all of my music together, all that kind of stuff. So now it's all in one section of my computer. It's all organized into properly labeled folders, and all I have to do when I'm editing is go into the appropriate folder, drag and drop in whatever overlay or music it is I want to use, and it's that simple. No more jumping through hoops, going through folders within folders within folders, because it's all in one very easily accessible place. So if within your own editing process you feel like you're spending way too much time jumping through those hoops, looking for different files, overlays, music, whatever, definitely recommend taking the time to sit down, organize all your files, go through what you may not need anymore, what you haven't used in months or years, and just make yourself a neat little filing system for all those things you use for editing. But that, you guys, is it for all of my best tips on how to save yourself so much time when you're editing your YouTube videos. And if you guys want to watch any more videos all about how to build, grow, and monetize your social media, then here are 2 more videos of mine that YouTube thinks you will love.